What is up, y'all? We are live. Get situated here, I guess. All right. What is up, everyone? Just a disclaimer. Went a little crazy on the shaving earlier, and it looks like I've got a bald spot right here, but it's not. I've got a great big giant patch of gray hair. So it looks like I'm bald there, but I'm not. So there you go. That's my disclaimer. So what is everyone up to tonight? It's Saturday night. Didn't do a whole lot of anything today. I did, but nothing really interesting. So what have you guys all been up to? Let's check and see who all is here. Of course, the first one to the chat was Dougie from Bald and Dangerous. What is up, Dougie? Always one of the first ones to the chat. And then we got Charlie. What is up, Charlie? And they commenced to talk for a while. You guys always have a lot of fun. And Jad Orsi is here. What is up, Jad? Sandy Doty is here. What is up, Sandy? She says hi, everyone. Pete Berlinski is in the house. What is up, Pete? And boy, you guys were here early. Goodness. All right. Then we got Devin Peppers in the house. What is up, Devin? Real Thing for You Fish Tanks is here. What is up? Daryl Deemer is in the house. What is up, Daryl? Mary RNH2O is in the house. What is up, Mary? Nice to see you. Jeff Peterson is in the house. Hello there. What is up, Jeff? One Drop Bass is in the house. Lazy Day as well. Yeah, I finished. Well, I didn't finish a project, but I finished the next stage of a project that I'm working on right now. If you guys, I went live last night on my Instagram, and today I probably rushed it a little bit, but I was putting on my second coat of my background on my vivarium today, and I probably rushed it a little bit. It didn't feel tacky or anything, but I don't know. You can't rush these things, but it's looking good. The second coat is really good. All it basically was, on your second coat, if you did a good enough job on your first coat, which I did a pretty good job for my first time, if you do a good job on your first coat, your second coat is just touching up some spots where you can see where you need to touch it up at. So that's what I did for quite a while this morning. Did some water changes in one of the fish rooms, got like 5 or 6 tanks done there. Tonight, after I get done live streaming, I'm going to do a Pleco versus food video. So it was okay to be lazy. I did cook and clean. I did laundry. I did dishes. I cooked 2 meals today. So yeah. Peter Thiel is in the house. What is up, Peter? Always nice to see you, buddy. Welcome to the stream. Real Thing for You Fish Tank says, I'm calling BS. His stash is balding. No, you get up real close on it, and it's like a patch of like 15 hairs. And you know, I've noticed before when I had my full mustache, it was kind of looked like it was thinning over here, but actually all it is some gray. Got some gray there, so I just hate having a great big giant stash in the summertime. In the wintertime, I don't mind it much, but Charlie says show off. Drew Driftwood is in the house. He says, hello everyone, cleaning my front glass on my tanks. That's always nice. Jad Orsi says, I made a 2.5 gallon cube tank for some mysterious hitchhiker snail babies from Lake Duckweed. Yeah, I've got a ton of duckweed. Oh my gosh, I've got a ton of duckweed. I've got like 2 layers of duckweed on one of my ponds. I almost went live from uh, my outdoor tubs tonight because the guppy pond, the little guppy outdoor tub, it is like blown up. I mean, there is so much fish in there, and I'll have to look back on the first video to see how many I put in there, because I'm thinking that I started out with 1 male and a couple of females, and then maybe 5 or 6 fry. I'd have to look back on it because I did do a video when I was releasing the livestock, but I would bet you there's over 100 fish in that thing right now, and it's the 140 gallon. The Endlers are doing good, but the guppy one, oh my gosh, it has just exploded. And I'm still picking out red cherry shrimp from in there. I don't know what the heck. I mean, it had to have been they hitchhiked in there on a sponge filter or something, you know. Peter says my power has been out all day. Boy, that's terrible. That is terrible. You know, lots of times everything turns out okay, but it sure is a panic type situation. Probably it was Thursday night, I believe. I don't think I put anything on Instagram, but like 18 miles from where I live, there was a gigantic tornado, and there was probably, I think I heard the last count Thursday, there was 27 tornadoes in Iowa, but 3 big major ones, and the one that landed about 15 miles away, 18 miles away, somewhere around in there, it was F3, EF3, 140 mile an hour winds. So the parking lot to this factory that it hit, hang on a second here, something just popped up on my computer and it's aggravating. Yeah, and that's not gonna work. Hang on a second here. But anyhow, this factory that got hit. Are you sure you want to close? Yes, good grief. This factory that got hit was on the outskirts of this town that's about 18 miles away from me, and it took the cars and stacked them on top of each other and turned them over on their sides. It threw this one truck way out into a field. It demolished one of the plants to this factory, and you know, it dissipated before it got to us, but it crashed through 3 towns before the storm front got to us, and the winds weren't even really major by the time it got to us, but it was a really good gully washer. So I mean, the one town that's about an hour and a half away from me that it hit, there's still places without power, and today is what, Saturday, so going without power sucks, especially when you got a lot of aquariums. Alright, let's see here. Peter Thiel says, so no power, 80 degrees in the house. It is 97 outside. Good grief. Mary says, what's the food this time at Jeffroz? I made meatloaf, and then I baked some potatoes, and then I made green beans, but the steamer type of green beans that you just get out of the freezer and put in the microwave. Meatloaf, green beans, and taters for dinner, yes. V-Stag is in the house. What is up, Victor? Jeffro, been patiently waiting for this stream. Well, thanks, Victor. Welcome to the stream, buddy. Bob Kaler's Fish Hobby. Yo, yo, yo. That makes me want to stop right there. I got to give a big shout out to Bob Kaler's Fish Hobby. So, Wednesday night, after my live stream was over, I got busy changing the water in this fish room. And lots of times I go to Dan's Fish right after my live stream if I don't have a whole lot going on. But the other night I was so busy, and if I get into live streams whenever I'm doing water changes, it's bad. Like, I overflowed this 40-gallon breeder one night, all over Dozer and myself, and I just can't. I got to focus on the water changes. It's really crazy. I don't know. Maybe I have ADD. I don't know. But anyhow, I wasn't on the stream. I got a text from Michael with Mile High Plecos that I need to come over to this stream because it was pretty exciting. And if you guys want, you'll have to check it out later. But Bob Kaler and Michael Trevino had a super chat war on Dan's live stream Wednesday night. And it's really fun to watch, and it's really amazing because Dan is such a great guy. I mean, he is a down-to-earth. He's just like me and you, you know, or you and I. He's a down-to-earth, good guy. Just a really super positive, nice guy. And Bob Kaler was throwing it down, and Michael Trevino was throwing it down. And I just want to give a big shout out to Bob Kaler and say thank you for being such an awesome supporter of people in our fish hobby. You know, Dan works really, really hard, and Bob, it was an awesome live stream, guys. You got to go check it out. It was really, really nice, and it made me really, really, really respect Bob Kaler a lot. I do the same thing, not as large of super chats, but whenever I've got the extra money, I help. I don't really like to do the Patreon. I am a Patreon at a low dollar amount, like $1 a month on a couple of different fish keepers. But I like to, you know, do it whenever I've got it, type of thing, you know. So big shout out to Bob. You're awesome, man. Peter says no play for Mr. Gray. Jad says, I have plans for the duckweed. Secret plans. I was thinking earlier, I was thinking about whenever I take down the tubs, I've got to start thinking about that because, you know, we're knocking on the door of August, and I'm sure August will be the last month I'll be able to do my tubs. So I started thinking about, you know, the process of taking things down. Where do I, you know, put these fish, that fish, yada, yada, yada. What am I going to do? And I was thinking, I'm going to be throwing duckweed away. I've never had to throw it away before. I'm sure a pound of it comes off of my arms every day, but... Okay, let's see where we're at here. Valley Fish is in the house. Hello, hello. What is up, Valley Fish? Welcome to the stream, buddy. Everybody saying hi to Victor. Everybody saying hi to Bob. Let's see. Victor says, glad to see everyone. Hope all are well. Fish fam. Whoa, Dank Tanks showing up late. What is up? Noobs are late. What is up, Dank? It's been a minute, buddy. Fishaholic Habits is in the house. Evening, guys. Hope we're all good. We're doing good, man. Thanks for coming in. Mary RNH2O says, do the plecos get any green beans too? I fed all my other tanks today green beans except for that one. So they're going to be really hungry. And I almost left some reserve back thinking of that exact same thing, Mary. But I fed another tank and I emptied out the green beans. So they're going to have to eat what I give them tonight. And if it ends up they don't like it or something, I'll just feed them some really good pellet food or something, because I'm all out of green beans. That was my last can, I believe. Good question, though. I was thinking about them because I was like, ugh, because the type of food that I'm feeding tonight is wild food. I mean, it is out there. They might not even touch it. I kind of doubt it, though, because they have ate everything that I have ever put in that tank. So, we'll see. It's going to be pretty interesting. Everybody saying hi to Dank. Hey Dank, did you like me and Dad's selfie yesterday? Alright, let's see. Whoops. I went way down in the chat. Way down, way down, way down. Okay. Bu- 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 bu. Okay. Dank says, after this stream, I shall prime. Bob Kaler says, 18 miles from where I live, there was an F3 tornado. Has the makings of a country song. Yep, yep. I actually did, um, just like um, the meme says. I'm from Missouri, so I've seen memes before. It says people in Missouri be like, whenever a tornado's coming, they're out standing in their yard watching it. And that was exactly what me and my kids were doing. We were standing out in the yard looking that way because, we were in the tornado warning. We'd already seen on social media that it had hit 2 other towns. It was headed for us. And yeah, so I wanted to stand outside before I told my kids, let's head to the basement. I want to stand outside and see it, see how major, if I start seeing a funnel cloud, of course, I was seeing some movement in the clouds, but it dissipated before it got to us. All right. Mary says, glad you all are safe, Jeffro. Thank you. Peter says, I cannot wait for the AC to kick in. I would be in that same boat. I'd be outside probably. I'd probably be on the back porch. Vinoksky Tank is here. What is up? Welcome to the stream. The country song. I already read that one. Fishaholic Habit says, bye guys. Peter says, Iowa, Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, Alabama all seem to be Tornado Alley. Yep. I've been lucky enough not to be anywhere really, really close to one. It's definitely disastrous. Today I seen a post on Facebook that there's this daycare that this factory has like 7 plants, and they also have a great big daycare that had over 200 children at the daycare. And the factory that the tornado destroyed is right next to that daycare, and it was showing a picture up from above, and it had circled around the daycare, and it didn't touch the daycare. Everything was good to go there. So it's really makes you respect Mother Nature. Mary says, yeah, we got the remaining effects this morning in Georgia. Yeah, it was a big storm. Biggin. Mob Guppy is in the house. What is up, Mob Guppy? Devin says it was really cool. I was there first live stream on his channel I'd ever watched too. See, I remember I was there whenever you got there, and you said Jeffroz sent me, subbed you, or something like that. And I used to go live right after him when baseball season was going, and people would, he would send people over to my live stream. But I started going before him, just basically because I like to get it out of the way before it gets too late, because some of my subscribers are on the East Coast, and that 8 o'clock one is really 9 o'clock there, and I kind of like to get it done at, a little earlier. So he's definitely a good guy. He knows his stuff. It's kind of nice to subscribe to all these different people, because you get to where you find out what they specialize in and what they breed and what they, and he's really up on shipping and different things like that too. So yeah, so I'm glad you got to see that, because we done that to him once before. Not quite that much. I mean, that was big. I mean, Bob and Michael were throwing out giant ones, so. Corey Boy Aquatics is in the house. It was awesome. I watched with my wife and it was crazy awesome. Yep, I seen you. You super chatted too, buddy. I saw that. I was in and out of that stream though. It was amazing. I watched the replay this morning. Mob Guppy says greetings, new video tomorrow and unboxing. Cool. Daryl Deemer says that is awesome, Bob. I stopped by the stream and seen all those super chats. LOL. Yeah, it was awesome. And Dan handled it great too. You know, like the first time Michael did that to him, he just didn't know what to say. And I don't know. I mean, eventually, whenever my channel gets to where it can do super chats, if that ever happened to me, I'd probably be the same way. But I think I'd be really thankful too. You know, and yeah, it's one of those type of deals where, as a creator, you don't really want to have it turned on your channel. So like me, you know, I've been eligible for a week, but I don't really care. It doesn't matter to me. You know, I work really hard and I earn a wage and everything, but there are people out there that want to be able to super chat to you. So you're actually, if you allow super chats, you're allowing your subscribers that want to give to do what they feel like doing. And you know, I like it better whenever the super chats are open, because it's not like I super chat every live stream that I go to, but I like to be able to whenever I want to. So I understand both sides of it. So I will probably, whenever it's able to be done, I'll probably have it on. And you know, like everyone always says, you guys don't ever feel like you have to or anything, but it's there if you did ever want to. Mortal Slayer 82 is in the house. What is up, man? He says, like Spike. Valley Fish says, anyone ever made duckweed fish food? I did that one time. Seems like, I can't remember what all I mixed it with. I think I took Mark's shrimp recipe, and I remember whatever I mixed it all with, I spread it out on some parchment paper and dehydrated it, and yeah, I fed it all. Shrimp liked it, fish liked it, everything really liked it. Devin Pepper says, how are the frogs, Dank? Yeah, Valley, I made mine as shrimp food. Yep. And they loved it. Some of the pieces, I think whenever I made mine, I probably took it off of the dehydrator too soon, because some of the pieces still had like oxygen in them and stuff. So Bob Kaler says, I feed duckweed to goldfish raw. They love it. Yep. I used to keep some goldfish, and every time I threw it in there, it was like a few days later and it was all gone. Yep, Mortal Slayer said his goldfish love duckweed. I seen Jeremy is in the house. What is up, Jeremy? Sergeant Tanks, howdy. Everybody saying hi to Jeremy. Let's see, Corey Boy says if you take the duckweed and freeze it, you can grind it up and add to your rapashi. Then you can feed it to fish and shrimp. That's awesome. I never thought of that, man. Thanks. I think what I did with mine is I ground up some shrimp king and ground up the duckweed until it was like a paste, and then mixed in the ground up shrimp king food in with it like a complete, I think is what I'd done, if I remember right. Let's see. Drew Driftwood says same for hurricanes for native Floridians. Good kite flying weather. Yeah. Yeah. And it really, here it wasn't, I've seen a lot worse winds, you know. But 18 miles away, it was 140 mile an hour winds. Nobody was killed in any of the tornadoes that I know of. just lots and lots of destruction. The one that was 18 miles away, there were 7 people injured, but they were released from the hospital. So that's good. Jad says, I go inside when the sky goes green and everything gets that wonky vibe. Yep. There was that deadness feeling in the air there for a minute. And the whole system started kind of wrapping around our town. So I did, there for a minute, think that it was going to happen here. Krusty Bojangles is in the house. Howdy doody, y'all. What is up, Krusty? Welcome to the stream, buddy. Let's see here. Oh, yes. Krusty, did you name your flower horn? I guess I missed that in my live stream Wednesday night, but Krusty Bojangles got either a new flower horn or decided to name one of his flower horns. And he was looking for names in the stream. And I missed that. Mary told me about that after the stream. 54 Punchy is in the house. Hey, fishy internet peoples. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Punchy wasn't here Wednesday night. And I'm here to say thanks for coming back. Welcome back, Punchy. Always nice to have you here. I've already seen you a bunch this week, but I was thinking after Wednesday night's stream, whenever your regulars aren't there, you realize it, you know, after the stream, you're like, oh man, I don't think Punchy was there. So, welcome to the live stream, Punchy. Krusty says, I was thinking about Wilbur for the flower horn. Yeah, Wilbur sounds like a good name. Those flower horns are sure pretty. Susie from Q Aquatics is in the house. She says, hi everyone. What is up, Susie? Welcome to the stream. Susie says, I'm going to make Rapashi tomorrow. I only made it once before. Yeah, I like to make it. I actually make it. I bought some of those, I got this idea from Michael's Fish Room. I bought some of those silicone trays that are miniature ice cubes. And, you know, you boil your water and then you pour it into the powder and you mix it up really good. And then you just spread it into those silicone ice cube trays. And then just let it set up. And then after it sets up, I pop it out into an empty Folgers can, and then I freeze mine. And that's, you know, like whenever I'm going to feed it on that day, I get a Ziploc bag and I, you know, knock it back and forth on the counter, that Folgers can, until it all loosens up. And then I grab a big handful of it and I do the Ziploc, and then I let it float on one of my aquariums. And whenever you do that, it thaws them out. And then after a while of it thawing out, I just go around and feed it to all the tanks. So that's how I do it, but I love that food. Yeah, Punchy says, I just feed duckweed to my goldfish. Tampa Tom is in the house, and he says, sup, dude? Punchy says, I work Wednesday nights. Well, you've probably missed all of my Wednesday nights, and I just noticed it Wednesday night, so that's me putting my foot in my mouth. Makes sense, Punchy. And it's okay. If you guys ever want to miss my live streams, it's okay. I was just letting you know I missed you Wednesday night. Jesse Tank says, Jeffro, what's good, man? Sorry, I was helping my gram. She says, hi, too. We're both watching. Aw. Well, you tell your gram that I said hi. And thanks for stopping in, and welcome to the stream, buddy. Let's see here. Corey Boy Aquatic says, I scored yesterday at Petco. I bought 3 20 gallons and a 40-gallon breeder. Awesome, man. That is awesome. I need to make some room for some more tanks. Susie says, I didn't realize I could freeze it. Yeah, if you keep it thawed, the shelf life is just like food. So like if you buy some food at the grocery store and you keep it in the refrigerator, so it keeps for about 5 days if you keep it thawed, but you can freeze it and it lengthens the shelf life just like regular food. So if you freeze some leftover spaghetti in the freezer and you'll eat it a month later, then you can do that with the Repashy as well. And I you know, like on my bug burger that I feed to my crickets, I didn't make as much of it up, but I keep it in the freezer, and every time I buy crickets, I thaw it out, and then I put a couple of little chunks down in there with them and let them gut load so I can feed to my dumpies. Dank says back, had to feed the Triceratops. Okay. Wow, Dank. You're moving on up in the fish room if you've got a Triceratops. Awesome. Punchy says, I will be lurking back and forth. Got a lady coming over to buy some fry from me, and I need to get them caught and bagged. Albino cories, drape fin barbs, endlers, and some rice fish. That is awesome. That is awesome, Punchy. Dank Tank says, just like food. Just like human food. I'm sorry, Dank. Let me rephrase that. Just like human food. Like your human consumption food. Tank says, Jeffroz says food with 3 O's. Yeah, I'm sure I say a lot of things different than you, Dank. Food. My cousin says toilet, but I don't say toilet. I say toilet. My cousin says toilet. Toilet, that's what he says. Toilet. Mary says, any baby plecos yet, Jeffro? I haven't even got them to go in there and lay the eggs yet. I think I'm just going to leave them be. Just let it happen. I know the female, my biggest female, is bulging. And then my younger female, she looks like she's got eggs too. So, it'll happen. I just can't. I've done everything that I can do. Like, I did a cold water change the other day. First time I'd ever done that before. And then I did the pheromone water deal. And that usually takes 2 or 3 days before that happens, but Jess Tank says, Jeffro, any advice before I remineralize my Neocaridina tank? My TDS just dropped under 110 and my GH is 3 over 3.5 and KH is 5. You know, I would just do it how you did it. Like, what do you mean remineral? Or why are you remineralizing? Things have just dropped down, so you need to add some crushed coral, or what are you doing? I guess help me out there, because I don't ever use any GH boosters or anything like that. Because Neocaridina shrimp, they tend to adapt to your water parameters. So if you got safe levels, you know, if your pH isn't terribly, terribly low or terribly, terribly high, they're usually good. And then as long as you don't have high nitrates and nitrites and ammonia and all that kind of stuff. Sometimes I have to add crushed coral here and there, because I'll notice that they're having troubles molting, so I need to harden up the water a little bit. But I don't ever test my TDS, my GH or KH or any of that kind of stuff, and I don't add any GH boosters or anything like that. I'm just running Neocaridina, so, and that's what you're doing there, so just explain a little bit more and maybe I can help you. Joel is here. LOL, I have a cousin that says toilet. Weird. Yeah, whenever he says toilet, I'm like, that just don't sound right. I don't know anyone in my family that says it that way either. And He's a first cousin. And he's always said it that way, but it's Tollet. T-O-L-E-T. Tollet. Dank says mostly everything. Fish Out of Water Aquariums is in the house. Sup, bud? What is up? Fish Out of Water Aquariums. Jesse Tank says Jeffro. I'm scared they might not be able to if I go to a higher GH too fast. Fool. John Bedker says fool, fool, LOL. MJ Aquatics. Hoy, Jeffroz and Fish Fam. What is up, MJ Aquatics? Haven't seen you in a coon's age, man. Nice to see ya. Jesse Tank says, a cold water change would scare me. Ha ha ha. Yeah, on Ancestris plecos, sometimes if you stress them out a little bit, it will cause them to do their thing. You can spike them into, spawning, and I think it was like a 30% water change I did, just full blast cold water whenever I added it. But it's not really a common thing that I do, but I tried it. I had never tried it on these plecos before, and sometimes you can do that, and I say with 70% of the tank having 76 to 78 degrees water in there, and then you throw in some cold water, plus I've got a heater in there that kicked on immediately whenever it started dropping, so was just hoping to stress them out enough to spawn. Everybody saying hi to John. Oh boy. Okay. B-Stag says CChem makes equilibrium for remineral. I can't say that word tonight. Remineralizing. Okay, so Jess Tank says my water is really soft. Yeah, when my water is really soft too, and I have to run crushed coral in with all of my shrimp, and my guppies actually do better in those tanks too. Yeah, I've never added a GH booster to any of mine, Jess. Jess, I'm calling you Jess like we're homies or something. Jessie, I've never added GH boosters, so I can't help you there. I just, in all of my shrimp tanks, yep, that one does too. I put like maybe a cup of crushed coral in with them, and then if I ever notice that my shrimp are having troubles molting, I know that my calcium is getting low, so I've got to add some more crushed coral. Dank says toilet. Yeah, and that's how I say it, toilet. Toilet. Mary says mine is too. Comes out at 5.5. I use crushed coral in my guppy tanks and in filter of goldfish tanks. Yep, you can do that too. You can put a little bag of it in your hang on the backs. Charlie says crapper. That's my boy. B-Stag says Jesse Tanks, check out the CChem stuff. I use it to remineralize my RO water. Works great. That's awesome. Thanks a lot, Victor. Priscilla says, hello, old man, and everyone else. What is up, Priscilla? You're looking awful young today in that Bob Steenfot video. Man, I would say you're at least mid-20s. Not much older than that. Or not, no, it wasn't the Bob Steenfot video. Yeah, it was the Bob Steenfot. So, Priscilla is in today's YouTube compilation video number 2 on the Bob Steenfot channel, and I would have to say you guys did better than us on the first one. Of course, Turtle Girl, she knocked it out on the one that we did, but mine was lame. Dank says, hey. Everybody saying hi to Priscilla. Mortal Slayer 82 says, I have rock water here. That's funny. Oh, so Dougie's giving us a lesson here. The Scottish word for toilet is cludgy. That's awesome. That is cool. I love seeing those kind of things. John Bedker says, Jesse, CCAM replenish works great for raising GH without changing pH. Awesome. Krusty Bojangles says, my water is like a rock here. LOL. Here. Yeah, Priscilla says, I am like 12. And that reminds me of that, that movie, Benchwarmers. And it's supposed to be these kids that are Little League kids playing against the dipstick guys, you know. And they get this picture from the Dominican Republic, and they say, you're not 12. And he goes, yes, I am. See, I'm 12. And he has like a piece of cardboard wadded up in his pocket that says, I'm 12 on it. Funny, funny. Bald and Dangerous says, Jeffroz FishKeeping, you're such an old smoothie. Yep, Susie saying, Priscilla, you were awesome. I love the puffer. It was really, really a good job. You did a good job, Priscilla. Devin Pepper says, my water is rock too. Charlie says, like sandpaper. Oh, that's a good one. Priscilla says, Tuesday is my birthday and I was born in 86. Figure it out. So 32. It'll be 32. Huh. Wow. I was thinking like 28. No wonder why you go, oh my gosh, when I tell you my age. Because I'm an old coot. Mortal Slayer, Benchwarmers. Yeah. Let's see here. Bob Kaler says, sigh, ... Yeah, happy early birthday, Priscilla. Wow, I made it to the bottom of the chat. Tampa Tom says, I'm 28. Awesome. I can remember when I was 28. Charlie says, Jeff, your stock is rising, LOL. Oh. So, what is everyone doing on this fine Saturday night other than watching my live stream? My camera's doing that focus thing again. Like I said, whenever I get done here, I'm going to set up and shoot Pleco versus Food video. Yeah, I made it to the bottom. Punchy says, y'all are kids. I feel like, you know, young still. I don't go running around. I mean, I don't play softball anymore or anything. Of course, all these YouTubers think that I do. Like Dan, he asked me the other night, how's my baseball league doing? And I've been done with that for about a month. And then Joel always says something about my softball team. I haven't played softball in probably, I think it's been about 5 years now. John Bedker says, I'll be 4 decades old this year. It's not that bad. I didn't even really dread it whenever it was on its way. It didn't bother me like some people it bothers them. It didn't bother me at all. It still doesn't bother me. Your birthday's in January, Mary? Awesome. Mine's in January as well. So Mary's going to be 35 in January. Dougie is 58. Mortal Slayer 82 says, eating dinner, watching you on the 42. Oh, that's scary. I'm watching me on a 52, and that's scary. Mortal Slayer says 36 here. Dank says me too. So I think that's Dank's language for saying I'm too. Me too. Me 2 years old. Dougie says, Charlie, she just turned 60. Yep, I remember her birthday. Dank Tank says, me and Jeffroz Pops share a birthday. The 4th of January? Sandy Doty says, January 7th for me. Jad Orsi is 30. Mine's January 17th, Sandy. Dougie says, I'm January 2, will be 59. Awesome. Yeah. Punchy says, I'm 36 when dyslexia strikes. Oh my God. Mary's birthday is January 15th. Wow, that's awesome. So are you still Capricorn, or am I the cutoff for Capricorn? I can't remember. Because my mom's is the 23rd, and I know she's Capricorn, so it goes maybe from halfway in the month to the end. I can't remember. Priscilla says, thanks guys for letting me not feel old. Yep, you're not old, Priscilla. You're still a youngin'. Dank says, yeah, dude. We went through this already. LOL. Sorry, dude. We talk a lot, so you gotta give me a break there. Okay? Vinoksky Tank says 50 3 weeks ago. Awesome. Devin Pepper says, how old do you think I am, Jeffro? 23, 24, somewhere around in there. I'm thinking or guessing. Maybe, I don't know. I haven't been to your Instagram in a while, so you might still be teenager. 19 maybe? I can't remember. I see your emoji thing here, but it looks like it's like got a Snapchat filter on it, so I can't really tell. So Dougie's is the 15th as well. Awesome. Charlie is January 17th. Wow, that is awesome. Wow, bunch of Capricorns here, aren't we? Jess Tank says, Jeffro, I was at the KP International yesterday. It's a Pleco versus Food Heaven. Did get the pic I sent you in Insta of the squid versus Pleco idea. Ugh. I may have missed that, man. You sent it to me direct message. I don't get notifications that bounce to my phone, so sometimes I do miss those. Let's see here. You said on Instagram? I didn't get it, man. So yesterday, well, wait a second here. Yeah, I don't have any. Oh, it was a request. Okay. Allow. There we go. Is it a long video? It's loading. Awesome. Sorry I missed that. I'll be able to get them now from you. Those were in a request folder that I've overlooked. Now I see I had requests from people to send me videos. Sorry about that, buddy. Okay, let's see here where we're at in the chat. Jesse Tank says I'll be 25 in September. So Dougie is a Capricorn. Yep, so Mary, you're a Capricorn as well. That is awesome. Cool. Drew Driftwood says I'm a Capricorn, December 25th. Oh, okay. Cool. I think you are the cutoff, Jeffro. Yeah, maybe my mom isn't a Capricorn, because my mom's birthday is the 23rd of January. So maybe she isn't a Capricorn. She doesn't believe in horoscopes, which I don't know. Dougie is an old goat, right? Yeah, we're the goats. John Bedker says, do all you January birthdays get screwed out of birthday gifts because of Christmas? I can't remember the last time I even got a birthday gift, actually. You know, um, I haven't had a significant other in like almost 3 years. And, you know, my mom gives me a card and money every year, I think, if I remember right. I'm like trying to think, maybe she does. Yeah, she does. And that's about it. I think my 20-year-old daughter this year, she got me this Yeti. It came with a hat. Maybe that was last birthday. I can't remember. She got me something this year. Maybe it was a t-shirt. I can't remember. But my Yeti koozie, she did get it for me. Maybe it was last Father's Day. They're awesome. They work really, really good. Dank says brainwaves, I believe. Dougie is no goat. I already read that one. To answer your question though, John, my youngest son, his birthday's December 23rd, and his is kind of rough. Not because he only gets one birthday or Christmas gift or whatever. That isn't usually a problem. I make sure that it all gets separated, you know. But the hardest part with him is we always have to do his birthday ahead of time to really separate it, you know. It's just kind of odd. You know, it's just odd. I've had friends that have birthdays on Christmas Day too. Mine never was ever really a problem. Priscilla says it's almost like Jeff and Dank are a married couple. Oh, that's funny. Dank says brainwaves. Krusty Bojingles says, I said Bojingles. Bojangles says, oh dang. Priscilla says a Snapchat filter. What the hell? LOL? Question mark. A Snapchat filter is where you can, on Snapchat, filter yourself to look like different and stuff. So it's like he probably isn't really a Snapchat filter, but nowadays teenagers use Snapchat as their text. You know, they text from Snapchat. They don't even really normal text hardly anymore. Raf Cabrera says August 13th. Leo, and that's my oldest daughter's birthday, is August 13th. She'll be 24 in just a few weeks. John Bedker, I'm in December also. Q Aquatic says, I feel like an oddball. Mine's in October. Well, I've got a 20-year-old daughter that's October 7th. And then my 16-year-old son, his is January 9th. Let's see here. Oh my goodness. I missed a bunch. Oh my gosh. Okay. I missed a whole bunch. So what I'll probably do, because I'm so far behind, you guys are probably laughing at me. V-Stack says mine is April 28th, but I celebrated on the best day of the year, 420. That's funny. Drew Driftwood says your Pleco versus videos rock. Thanks a lot, man. I'm going to make one tonight that the food is the weirdest food that I've done so far. So hopefully I'll probably just take my time with it and really try to make it a big banger. That's what I want to do. JH Aquatics is in the house. What is up, Joseph? He says hola. Charlie says 19th is the cutoff. Makes sense. Joseph says, in Peru. I'm in Peru, I'm assuming. So I'm assuming he's still there. I'm still in Peru. Yep. I figured that. I seen some Facebook posts today that made it look like that. Jess Tank says, Jeffroz FishKeeping, you don't have to watch. Okay, I am way behind in the chat, ain't I? Dank, did you get your box? I know he did, because he sent me a text picture of it. So, if Dank hasn't answered you back, which I'm sure he did probably 10 minutes ago. So, Oh, so my mom's Aquarius. Okay. Let's see. April 9th. Cool. Jad's is April 9th. Money is nice. Okay, Mary. Thumbs up. Money is nice. Oh, for my birthday. Wow, I am terribly behind in the chat. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll down. I wasn't too far behind. Not too bad. Yeah, I seen the Gold Ancestris, and that thing was awesome. So Joseph says Gold Ancestris is all he said, but Corey or somebody shared a picture of a Gold Ancestris the other day, and that thing was amazing. Oh my gosh, and it looked like it was old, like pretty cool. Yeah. Punchy says, Joseph, can't wait to see video from your trip. Me either. Me either. I think it's going to be awesome. Jad says, took pics of my favorite juvie molly and one of the mystery snail babies. Awesome. Let's see here. Supposedly I missed something in the chat. Mary RNH2O says, LOL, Dank needs to buy you a birthday present. Yeah, Dank, listen up, Dank. Dank says marriage is overrated. I can't remember. We got to be careful getting on those marriage topics. One night we got on it for over an hour. Let's see here. Then Mary says he better get cooking then. And classic doubles don't count, Jeffro. Anyone want to know what it is? What is, Dank? Oh, good grief. I just looked up at how long we've been going live, and it's 57 minutes, guys. Wow, that hour went so quick. Oh my gosh. Wow. So Punchy says, I'm not Priscilla, but an hour and a half from Fort Collins. That's cool. That is awesome. So let's look and see. I already know what my videos are for this week. So Monday's video is a local gentleman let me go out and film his koi pond. And that's what Monday's video is about. And then Thursday's video is my local LFS let me go in and do a store tour. And I did video about it. So Monday's video is koi pond. It's pretty cool. It's over 20 years old. I think they said this is the 23rd summer that they've had it going. He's got like a UV filter going on it. And then he's got a great big waterfall filter that's like done with a bucket. So, and then he's got some really old big koi fish in the pond. It's not really big. Yeah, and he talks all about it. He knows a lot of stuff about it. Made some mistakes along the way, so it's a cool video. You guys have to check it out. I'm pretty excited to show the guy that I'm friends with him on Facebook, so that Monday, whenever it goes live, I'll share it with him and stuff. So, Krusty Bojangles says, "Oh dang, that's crazy, Priscilla. We need to convince Jeffro to do a Colorado fish room tour." Yeah, I was scheduled to go out there last weekend and had to cancel it. And been talking with Michael. He's wanting to wait till like maybe October for me to come back. So we're looking at that. John Bedker, I was supposed to go to his place tomorrow, but me and him both decided to maybe wait a couple weeks. I think we're going to do the second week in August. So I'm really looking forward to that one. He sent me a tank that it's amazing. It's just amazing. He sent me a little teaser picture, and it's going to be fun to go to John's place. Punchy says, I need to get some work done on my truck before I go out of town. Yep, I hear ya. Daryl says, I'm a long ways away, Priscilla, Central Illinois. Priscilla says, canceled it. Sheesh, yeah, I had to cancel it. You know, I don't know what word to use, you know. Reschedule, I haven't rescheduled it yet, so I had to reschedule. So Krusty Bojangles says, well, if you do come out, you're more than welcome to check my stuff out. Well, that makes it nice, because the more people that you can film on a trip, the better, you know. The more things you can film on a trip, the better. So guys, we do still have, gosh, I think we've got over 30 people in the chat, guys. We've got 34 people in the chat. Let's go for another half hour. What do you say? Let's go for a little longer. We've got 34 people in the chat. Might as well go a little longer. That first hour went really quick anyhow, so I can't really start filming that tank until it's dark outside anyhow. So JC Tanks is in the house. Hey y'all, what is up, JC Tanks? Welcome to the stream. Q Aquatic says, my angels are spawning so violent. Awesome. That's one fish that I've never personally kept. My youngest son has kept them before, but there's some beautiful ones, like this video that I've got coming out Thursday, my LFS. He had some really nice, like, tangerine looking ones that were amazing. Called him something fire or something like that. So Tampa Tom says, yeah, my truck is going into the shop on Monday. Priscilla says, Daryl, there's airplanes. LOL. Mary says, yay. Because I'm going longer, evidently. Alright. Mortal Slayer 82 says, encore. Daryl, JC says, Daryl Deemer. Whoa, me too. Peoria here. Awesome. Yeah. There's a lot of people local-ish. B-Stag overtime, hashtag overtime. Yep. I did have somebody possibly talk me into going to the aquarium or aquatic experience in October. So I possibly might be going. I had someone twist my arm today. So that would be really cool if I get to go to that thing, because that one's close enough. I think Dank is going to go no matter what too, and I know Mary's going, I know Victor's going. So how many people in here are going to AE this year? Because I think I might possibly go. John Gonzalez, Central Massachusetts, checking in. What is up? The AE is on my birthday. Wow, Susie, that's awesome. Priscilla says she's going. Awesome. Victor's going for sure. Adrian says, where are we going? Question mark. I was just talking about the aquatic experience. I think I'm going to get to go to it this year. So, and I was just wanting to see who all in the chat is going. Mortal Slayer can't go. Daryl Deemer says, I'm going so far. Got flight and hotel booked. Awesome. Susie says Mad Fish Diva is going. Mary says, that's awesome, guys. Jesse Tank says, how many fish room tours have you done? Actually, I've only done 2 so far, you know. Yeah. These 2 that are coming up this week, you know, the one's outdoor pond, and that was the first one that I'd ever done. And actually, I was not really necessarily nervous about it, just trying to figure out how to make it not boring, you know, because it's a little bit different of a mode than what I'm used to doing with creating videos. So these first 2 are kind of, you know, try to stay in a straight line, yada yada yada. But hopefully by the time I get to John's, I will have polished it up a little bit, and I can make his really look good. You know, I've got some different ideas. JC Tank says, cool, I've met one other in this area in the fish fam. Devin Pepper says, where's the aquatic experience? It's in New Jersey. Something Meadowlands Arena, something. Jesse Tank says, hell yeah, another half hour. Bob Kaler's Fish Hobby, not going this year. Pete Berlinski says, hey Jeffro, do you use a TDS pin at all? I'm thinking of order one off of Amazon. I ordered one, and on a live stream one night, someone was talking to me about ever using them, and I said, well, I've got one on order. And then I got to thinking, I'm like, wow, that thing should have came in by now. So while I was live, I went on Amazon and looked, and it had gotten delivered on a Sunday, and I never got it. So no, I do not use a TDS meter. I'm the guy that never tests his water. I've got an API test kit, full blast test kit, but that's the only things that I ever test. And the only time I test is when I see something weird going on in my tank, something wrong with the fish, something weird, you know, or when I'm adding new fish. Yeah, Priscilla says October 19th in New Jersey. New Jersey. Joseph from JH Aquatics says, I will be at the Aquatic Experience Roomies with Daryl. Awesome. I'll have to figure out what hotel you guys are at to where I can maybe get the same hotel to where we could all maybe be at the same place. Corey Boy Aquatics says, finally I got on a big speaker. Tampa Tom can't go. Corey Boy Aquatics says, working on fish room. Charlie says, sounds fishy, JH. Jess Tank says, what is your favorite tank you have right now? Boy, that's a tough one. You get stuck in this mode of it actually being work that it's kind of hard to sit back and watch, you know? I really don't know. I would probably have to say, golly, that's a hard one. I'll have to get back with you. I'll have to think about that one, Jesse. That's a hard one to narrow down. I like my planted aquariums. I've got two that are actually technically planted aquariums, and I like those. And they're both 40-gallon breeders. One of them is kind of a black water tank that has all male endlers, and then some Starlight plecos. It's got some Mopani wood in it, so the water is like really tanned up really big time. I like that one. That one's doing pretty good. I can sit and watch that one for a long time. The 182s are out quite a bit, so I get to see them. The L183s down below, they're never out. They're nocturnal as all get out. But this one right here, this 40-gallon breeder, probably is my favorite because the wild cherry shrimp in there, you never know what you're going to see. They're really beautiful, actually, and then it's got quite a bit of plants in it, and they're really starting to grow out, so it's going to end up being a jungle tank one of these days. It's getting close to being a year old, the tank is. Getting really mature. Peter says, I just headed to the office, Jeffro. The dog and I are enjoying vacation. Awesome. Jesse Tank says, I want to go to the Aquatic Experience so bad. It's far from California. Yeah, I'm probably going to end up flying. And I'm only in Iowa. I thought about maybe taking a train. But, because I could take a train. But I'd probably rather fly. Peter says, I would love to go to the Aquatic Experience. I lived 15 minutes from Secaucus, New Jersey for 7 years. That's awesome. Devin says, what is the thing in Chicago this year? That one, gosh, I looked that one up last night. That one's got a weird name. It's next month. I can't remember what it's called. It's going to be a pretty good size one, too. Krusty Bojangles says, "Erg, this dude on Craigslist needs to message me back about these super reds." Aquashella, Devin. Yep, Aquashella. You going to that, Daryl? Tampa Tom, how much for a dozen black shrimp plus shipping from Jeffroz? Yeah, I'm not shipping them yet, buddy. I'll let you know when I am. That tank is exploding too, by the way. So I'm going to have enough of them one of these days. Adrian says, how long are you staying on today? Probably another 20 minutes, Adrian. JC Tank says, I should be going to Aquashella instead of the aquatic experience. Allison Chains is in the house. She says, hello, everyone, and hello, Jeffro. What is up, Allison? Welcome to the stream. Pete Berlinski says, we have bugger all to go to here in Perth, Australia. We have bugger all to go to here in Perth, Australia. I don't understand that. Devin Pepper says, Jeffro, you should come to Aquashella. I thought about it, but I'd rather save up my money and go to Aquatic Experience. I could drive to Aquashella, and that's what I was planning on doing. So yesterday was the first I'd heard about Aquashella, last night on Lucas's live stream. So I looked it up, and I was thinking about it, because I mean, I can drive to Chicago, no problem. But then one of my friends was texting me this morning, and they have pretty much talked me into going to Aquatic Experience, so yeah, I've just got a lot of other stuff planned, you know, so I don't know. I think I'm going to save money and go to Aquatic Experience. 54 Punchy says, okay, lady just called and is on her way over to pick up Fry. Gots to get them bagged. LOL. See you guys later. Thanks for coming, Punchy. Always nice to have you here. Tampa Tom says first. I hear you, buddy. Oh, Joseph says Corey will be at Aquashella. Yeah, Rob from Flip Aquatics is going to be there. Lucas is going to be there in a booth with Rob from Flip Aquatics. Let's see. It said 18 different speakers as well. It's going to be a good deal. I'm just probably not going to go to it. I got a weekend pass to Aquashella. Cool, Daryl. That's awesome. Joel says, I used to live in Perth at Pete Berlinski. The boredom drove me to alcoholism, LOL. What is up, Joel? That's funny. Joel's my comedian, guys. He's always coming up with the good cracks. Stinking gnat. Adrian says, I think you said last time you were staying on for 20 minutes and ended up being an hour. Bah. Yeah, I know. I get lost. Like, that first hour, you guys were just non-stop the whole time. The hour blew by, so you guys, plus, you hate stopping it when, there was 34 people here, so it's, everybody is wanting a live stream. Oh, okay. So Joel says bugger all equals not much. All right. Now, let's go back and look at Pete Berlinski's post. We have bugger all to go to here in Perth, Australia. That makes sense to me. We have not much at all to go to here in Perth, Australia. We don't have all that much to go to here in Perth. Well, I'm sorry about that, Pete. Thanks, Joel. Thanks, buddy. Oh, that was a great one. That was good. You definitely helped me bridge the gap there. Oh, that was a good one. Okay, so Allison wonders, has anyone had trouble with EcoComplete with plecos and mystery snails? Talked to a couple of people that did. I've never kept the mystery snails, but I keep plecos in with the tank that I have EcoComplete, and I've never had any problems. But I don't know about the mystery snails, so I can't help you there. Daryl Deemer says, I think King Lee will be there too. Awesome. Maybe I'll end up having to go anyhow, you know? Charlie says, making sure you were paying attention. B-Stag says, New Jersey AE 18 will be awesome. The list of fish fam going is huge. Mayhem Tanks 522. Jeffroz FishKeeping, how's it going, man? It's going great. How are you tonight? Joseph says, B-Stag, see you there. B-Stag says, hell yeah, can't wait. Mob Guppy says, my guppies arrived this week, and I learned that the water is slightly acidic in my new city. Jeffro, my fish supplier, uses RO water. Okay. Well, I think if I used RO water, I think my guppies would probably survive better. How I've been able to make my guppies survive is buy some pregnant females, and they had the babies in this water, and then the babies grow up in my water just fine. But man, I've had some bad luck. I got lucky. I've got one pastel male that has just exploded. I bought 6 and only one of them made it. I got lucky, and he just exploded my summer tub out there, and I got lucky because now they'll all be fine growing up in my water. It's weird how it works, but you might have to invest in RO water. An RODI. Devin Pepper says, I have mystery snails on EcoComplete. So far, so good. So good so far. Mob Guppy says, I think that I will rent a car to go to the aquatic experience. Jesse Tank says, I bet Lucas, Rob, and Corey will be in New Jersey too. Yeah, I'm probably just going to go to the one, honestly. I just got a notification from IFG's got a new video, the big aquarium everyone wants to see me feed these fish. I don't know if that's live. It says new from IFG. Speaking of IFG, I made it to his intro on his video yesterday. And that was a lot of fun. Kind of cool. He's a great guy. Let's see here. Don't guppies like hard water, or am I completely wrong? Might be completely wrong. Yeah, guppies, the fancy ones, like hard water, Adrian. They don't like my soft water. Mob Guppy says, what type of chewing tobacco do you use? Joseph says, I fly out of Peru Monday. I need to get back to work. I don't think, Mob Guppy says, wow, Joseph, what are you hoping to collect? I don't think he gets to collect this time. I think he is on a, just like a scientific gathering type of tour trip, I think. Mob Guppy says, the Grizzly. Jeffro. Allison Chain says, turns out EcoComplete may contain copper. My snails were sick after 6 months. Lucas says his plecos die on it, and Jimmy H lost his super reds on it. Maybe concentrations are different in some bags. Huh. That is kind of good to know. I had this tank set up for 4 to 6 months. I want to say 6 months before I put any plecos or any fish in it, so maybe that had something to do with it. So maybe the copper levels were lower by the time I put fish in there, but I've got shrimp in there too, and shrimp and copper doesn't work very good either. John Gonzalez says IFG needs an intervention. Yeah. Yeah. Gang. He's a good guy, though. You know. Tampa Tom says Jeffro favorite plant. I've got a crypt Wendighty in my 40-gallon breeder in here that has some beautiful colors. I've got, it's actually 2 plants, but they're split up into 4. But the one plant that I've had the longest, I've had it a little over a year. It's really beautiful. The leaves, they've got that dimpling, I guess is what you would call it. I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, it's beautiful. So I love the crypts, and I've got a crypt lutea that I really like too that's really doing good, but my crypt Wendighty, I like it because it's green and it's got red on the bottom of it as well, like the burgundy colored. Joseph says, we are done collecting. I got what I wanted, nano blue tetras and corridoras. So he did get to collect. Awesome. Awesome. That is great news, buddy. Adrian says, my friend had chew for the first time. He ended up throwing up. He might have swallowed it, though. Yeah, the first time I had chew, I was in 7th grade, and I threw up as well. Drew Driftwood, that is interesting. I love that emoji. It's like, I love that. John Bedker says, wouldn't your stress coat or ultimate neutralize the copper? Yeah, I haven't had any problems with it at all. And yeah, I don't know. I'm with you, John. I mean, I've not had any problems with it. But, you know, also, what these people are doing is, you know, they've had some fish die, and they're trying to figure out and problem solve what it was, and they can't really figure it out. So the only thing they can really think of is maybe the Eco Complete, but technically they probably don't know that for a complete fact, Allison. I don't know. That's just what I'm kind of guessing, because I do remember Lucas talking about that. Adrian says, Allison, I just checked out Eco Complete, and it does not contain copper from what the packaging says. It does have iron, though. Alright. Hello. Brandon Duran says, hello, first time I caught you live. Well, we do it every Wednesday night and Saturday night, and usually I'm done by now, but had so many people in the chat that at the hour mark I decided to go ahead and go for a half hour longer, so we're going to go for another 6.5 minutes here, and then we'll call it quits. Dougie says, Jeffro, need to go. Head hitting the keyboard, really tired. It's 2:21 here. So thanks for a great live stream. Catch up later. Bye for now. Well, thanks for coming, Dougie. Always enjoy you here. And hopefully you have a great rest of your weekend. And good night, buddy. Oh, we are at the bottom of the chat, guys. Everybody saying bye to Dougie. He's a nice guy. Oh, we're at the bottom of the chat. I've already told you guys about my videos coming up this week. So we got 5.5 minutes to kill here. I'm gonna do that Pleco versus food video. Can anybody guess what I'm doing? So I'm telling you, and actually someone that is here in the chat still has gave me the idea for this type of food that I'm feeding these plecos tonight. So see if anybody can guess it. Mob Guppy says my unboxing video is great. Adrian says, Jeff, what fish have you bred? The zebra danios were the only egg scattering fish that I bred, and then all the live bearers like um, Inlers, guppies, swordtails, platies, and then bristlenose plecos. Can't. Sandy Doty says can't wait till the L182 and L183 breed. Yeah, I can't either. Those L183s, I can't wait till they get older and they have a hard time hiding behind my Mexican beach pebbles so that I can see them more often. Because I love both the 182s and 183s. I love the color of the 183s when they get older. It's like a slate black almost, you know. I mean, they're just beautiful. But then I love the L182 starlight pattern, you know. But I can't wait till they get old enough too. There's a lot. It's a long ways down the road though. Pete says, catch you later, y'all. Gonna go enjoy my Sunday. Well, have a good one, buddy. Devin Pepper says, Jeffro, I have fry for the first time in my guppy tank. Now I just need to get the plecos from Mile High Plecos. Tell him to hurry up, please. I did get a text from him this morning. It was, well, I went to bed at like 1:30 this morning, and right as I was going to bed, I got a text from him that he found eggs in his blue-eye longfin albinos. I think they're longfins. His blue-eyed albino plecos, he's got eggs. So it's the first time he's ever got to do it. And going back to earlier in the chat, it's probably due to stress because he just got done moving, and it can cause fish that haven't, you know, plecos anyhow. It can cause plecos to spawn. And I haven't got to talk to him the rest of the day. I'm sure he's worked all day long. So John Bedker for the win. So anybody that sees what John Bedker's comment is, that's what I'm feeding my plecos tonight. Tofu. And I was thinking it was Charlie, but maybe it was John that came up with the idea. John came up with the corn, the sweet corn idea. I was thinking that Charlie had originally said tofu. Daryl Deemer says chicken nuggets. Mary says McNuggets. True Driftwood, that's actually a good idea. Pleco versus fried chicken. Any of that fried food I do, I'm going to have to take the batter stuff off of it. Pete says mushrooms. I haven't done that yet, but it's on my list of things to do. I'll do like a big portobello mushroom or something. One of those great big portobello mushrooms. Brandon Duran says, what was your favorite to breed? The most excited that I got out of all of them was my Super Reds whenever they finally bred. I'd only had them for 6 months, and they were pretty young, and I did all kinds of stuff to get them to do it. I had worked really hard to get them to breed. I was impatient. But I'm digging these, they're like they're a pastel. They were sold to me as like a blue Delta guppy or something like that. But they're really like a pastel guppy. And the males are really, really pretty. They've got like a real light blue colored top fin and tail fin. They're fancy guppies. But then the females are not the Dumbo ear, but what's the one down below a Dumbo ear that has the weird fins that are kind of like a Dumbo? I always forget what they're called. My female is that. It's like a half black, and then the fins up here are kind of like a Dumbo ear, but they're not as big, but they're closer up here to the gills. Can't remember what those stinking things are called. Dane got some from Priscilla a while back, and I always forget what they're called because Dumbo is stuck in my mind. You know, the Dumbo ones are stuck in my mind. But it's like that. Jesse Tank says Pleco versus Chili. Boy, I don't know. That might tear him up. Allison Chain says tofu. That is awesome. Yep, tofu. It was called the hard, but they're not like hard like a rock. But Brandon is asking which hardness of tofu. It just said hard on the package, so I don't know. But it's not hard like a rock or anything. I needed it to be able to hold together, but it feels like it's soft enough they're going to be able to eat it. Bob says Pleco versus Revolt. I don't know what Revolt is, Bob. Devin says, I'm so happy now. Jeffro just made my day with that news. So how long would you guess now until they will be selling size? He usually sells his around 1 inch long or so. So I would say a month or two, the blue eyes. Adrian says, Jeffro, I saw one of your videos where you didn't have any facial hair. You look completely different. Yeah, I know. I know, man. John Gonzalez says, Mortal Slayer 82, CPDs are not hard to breed if set up right. John Bedker says, I say tofu in the comments on one of the first Pleco versus food videos. I've never fed it. Hope the Plecos do good on it. Fingers crossed. Yeah, it was you, wasn't it? Cool. Yeah, I've got to do some of those weirder ones. Like Dank had suggested like some type of hot dog, but it's like a weird, I can't even remember. I'd have to go to my list. A weird hot dog. So I'm going to do that one of these days. I'm just going to do some weird, funky ones. Bob Kaler says, didn't say versus. LOL. Oh, okay. All right. John says, it's just beans. Yeah, exactly. It's soy. It's soybeans is all it is. Prolific Breed is in the house. What's up, Jeffro and fam? Stopping in to hit that like button. Waiting for dinner now. Well, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Adrian says fish really like strawberries, so you could try that. The only thing I'm scared of on strawberries is they're really acidic. You know, they're high in acid. Mob Guppy says this has been a great stream. Well, thanks to all of you guys, it's been a great stream. It is the 1.5 hour mark, so I am going to go ahead and call it quits. I've got a lot of stuff to get set up to go ahead and get those Plecos ready for the Pleco versus food video. Don't forget before you guys leave to hit that like button. And we will see you guys all here next Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I'm going to try to make for sure and actually hit the stop streaming button this time and not stay live. 2 out of the last 3 nights I've accidentally stayed live. So thanks for coming out tonight, guys. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of the weekend, and peace out. Let's hit this stop button. Peace out, y'all.